The British lockdown has affected us all in different ways. But what about the pets? This is what we'll be exploring today. This is Pets in Lockdown.
We've had Lily now for about 10 years or so, give or take. What a character. She's a Staff and Jack Russell mix. Although she is technically a dog, I'm still not convinced after 10 years, to be honest. Possum, raccoon, mutated rat. Just some of my theories I've cultivated after knowing her for a decade. Poppy, on the other hand, Australian Shepherd. We eventually found out she was very unorthodox kind of breed, really. She's around 14 years old in our years. Got her when I was around 9 years old, so we've been through it all together. She's very much the tame, wise godmother. Lockdown's been perfect for her. She's very chill. And Lily, needing all the attention, both of them have just thrived. If it was up to those two, nothing would change. I think it's safe to say they'll be voting for many more lockdowns in the future. Well, with Poppy just not being as mobile as she once was, bless her heart, lockdown's been bliss for her, really, you know. Where she has even all the freedom in the world, she doesn't go out much. When she goes for walks, she's very conserved. You know, she knows her limits. Just going to the garden for her fresh air, really. She's drawn to home these days. And Lily, with her separation anxiety, it's been perfect for her. She would never want this to end, bless her. One of us leaves, it's like Jenga. It all goes crumbling down in her little nut head. So the two of them have been absolutely loving the past year. I can't blame them. If I was a dog, this would be the ideal situation. Non-stop 24/7 contact with your owner, who is your world. You know, although they rely on me to survive, they've helped me far more over the past year than I've helped them.
The kittens have been doing great during lockdown. They don't actually know what life was like before lockdown because they're so young, they were just babies. So they've been having a great time, having their every need attended to immediately. They get food as soon as they want it. They've had a great time at chasing moss around in the garden because they can't quite hunt yet. They've had lots of plays and cuddles. They've been living a life of luxury. They've been waking Alex up at funny hours, wanting cuddles. So they're just having a great time, and I'm sure when we all go back to normal, they'll be like, where have my humans gone? So I think they prefer lockdown. He's purring.
So this is Milo. He's a Jack Russell. He's not actually my dog, he's my uncle's dog, but I dog sit him quite a bit. He has always been a bit of a goofball, very needy, loves attention. During lockdown, he's become even closer to people because there's always someone at home, and he's always hanging around at your feet. He is just a general goofball. He loves a cuddle, but he also loves his space, and he just loves to play, loves to sleep, and is always either by your feet or on your lap. Whenever you sit down, he's right there. And I don't think lockdown's changed that much in him, but I definitely think he's a lot more clingy, but he will always be adorable to me.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm going to be talking about my cat Poppy. She's 10 years old, and I was there on the day she was born amongst her 4 other siblings. Amongst the 5 of the kittens, we kept Poppy, and we still have her now. During lockdown, I think Poppy has become even clingier than before, which is saying something. An example being she likes to join me in my morning practice of yoga. She sits with me on the mat and tries to find a way to distract me every morning, so it takes double the time to get yoga done than it should. And then she sits with me and has breakfast with me, which consists of her sitting and watching me eat my breakfast. Poppy is actually a trained cat. During my GCSE exams, I took it upon myself to teach her a few tricks whilst procrastinating instead of doing my revision. I think lockdown would be very boring for us if we didn't have Poppy. Not just because she's a source of entertainment, but because she's like another personality in the house. And I think we'd miss her very much if she wasn't here. So I think we're helping each other get through it, I think.
Yeah, he's been acting a lot odder, a lot different, I would say, since this whole thing began. He would usually be very happy-go-lucky, a cheeky monkey, if you will. He'd be eating bananas, he'd be flinging stuff at me. He'd be doing monkey things, and he'd be very happy about it. But ever since, for about the past year or so, he's been completely different, been a different animal, really. I know you might look at him and think, Chris, mate, you're being ridiculous. You should be in the wild. But I raise you that, and I say he was more than happy before, doing everything a pet monkey should do. Now he might as well be a stuffed animal, to be honest.
And he isn't a very active fellow, sure, but he's mine. He's my sweet little chap. We've shared many an experience together. Getting up, going to the kitchen, looking in the fridge, nothing in the fridge, sitting back down, all of it. And then we popped out to the pub, I suppose. What do you mean, what's my accent? I can sound as pompous British as you. Okay, shall I drop character? Alright. This is my brick. There's many like it, but this one is mine. You know what? How did you even get in here? Get out of my house! And it's not easy in lockdown, having to stay in a house. I mean, to them, they're living in a room full of their own flesh. It's pretty morbid now that you think about it. And so you can't really blame them. He's gone for a walk. Oh, he's climbing again. Get over here, you're very naughty. He drives me up the wall, but then again, he is the wall. Now get out before I send him to attack you.